the benevolent dictator Brossentia. Oh, here we go. Okay, time to be benevolent, everybody, because everybody watching is going to suffer. Ha 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 ha. That's okay. It's benevolent to me, because you know what? We have a wonderful GM. I'd say my right hand marshmallow, royal blue wizard. Come in here, be my marshmallow villain. Be RBW. How about that? RBW, come chat a little bit because I need you to help me make people suffer. Hello. Oh my gosh. Hello, wizard.
Hello.
I really need your help in making people suffer.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Can't we just celebrate that it's October?
No, or else. Well, I mean, I'm celebrating that it's October. It was my birthday this last week. Heck yeah. And simply put, actually going and scaring children is fantastic. I love it. It's the best month of the year. Yeah,
I'd say you have questionable hobbies, but then I remember the quote about your father tormenting your sister and thinking, ah yes, this is just what Brossentia does.
Oh yeah, zombie dad. No, it's like I think that we all grew up with some issues because of one thing or another. But yeah, good old zombie dad. Good times. But yeah, this doesn't have anything to do with my dad though, right?
I don't know, does it?
Oh no. What game do we have? I'm worried.
Well, given what you've told us about Utah and the state of the world,
oh no.
I think I can say that we safely have a zombie nation on our hands.
Ah! Oh, jeez. You know what? Utah would do okay in a zombie apocalypse, let me tell you. The religious people here, even though I think that they end up not eating a lot of the food that they buy, they always stockpile. In fact, it's like part of the religion to stockpile food. It's a little odd, but that would make them prepared for all the zombies coming in, you know, trying to eat their brains. That, and we have a lot of guns out here.
I think the zombies would starve.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that is rude and convalescent. Yeah, okay.
I mean, The Simpsons made the joke already. I'm really just parroting a far more funny person.
Who are you parodying?
I don't know, whoever wrote the joke in The Simpsons.
I think whoever wrote the joke in The Simpsons borrowed it from somebody else. Like, that one's been around for ages. I think possibly since zombies first existed. So it's okay, you're parodying the greats. The great zombie jokesters. So how are you doing? It's been a hot minute since we've had you here.
Yeah. Stuff going on at home.
Oh, that's how it goes. That is completely understandable, even if I am very angry at OBS right now, but it's okay. We'll live.
Will we?
Yeah. Because if we don't live, then who's gonna run the show? You know, I could do it as a zombie. I like zombies.
Okay, we'll just have Corn Dan do it.
Dan of the Corn. Okay, Corn Dan, you better quit, you know, being a rocket scientist and come run a bad video game tournament for the rest of your life.
I mean, seems fair.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, we'll have to ask Corn Dan what he thinks.
Is Corn Dan even here? We can talk about Corn Dan all we want. He won't know. Yeah, Corn Dan is a rocket scientist. Whenever you make jokes about rocket scientists, you're actually making fun of Corn Dan. So you need to stop. immediately.
Or you should just continue and recognize that sometimes it is just funny to make fun of rocket scientists.
Remember, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know when to respect other people. And if you don't respect them, then I'm gonna make you play my video games. There, you're gonna learn respect the hard way.
The hardest way, in fact.
Yeah. So, what... Actually, I'm wondering, since we're getting into a zombie game, what are your thoughts about zombies? Are they overdone, underdone, well done? How do you cook a zombie?
Generally with a flamethrower.
Okay, that's...
Though the zombie survival guide tells us that the problem with this is now you have flaming zombies.
It's true. Oh my gosh, that is a little bit concerning. I personally do not want to go up against the flaming zombies. Unless they're cute. If they're cute flaming zombies, then... I don't know.
Sencha,
what?
Stop hitting on the zombies.
Look, what if they like it? It helps boost their self-esteem, which, for somebody without a brain, is really all they can... all they can ask for. Well, everybody...
Zombies have brains.
Not very good ones.
Alright, I'm just hoping that we get the weight screen so everyone can read the brilliant lore of this game.
Aha! Okay, I won't start it quite yet. "1999, what appeared to be a harmless meteorite crashing in the Nevada desert had turned out to be Darkseid." Okay. "An evil alien creature with horrible powers. By shooting strange magnetic rays, Darkseid had turned the helpless nation into zombies and had brought the Statue of Liberty to life to do his dirty work. These rays had also given him control over many deadly weapons, but none were more powerful than the legendary samurai sword." Sure, that was out of nowhere. Okay. "When the great head of the samurai Namakubi heard that the sword had fallen into evil hands, he set off immediately for the United States. For only he possessed the strength and knowledge needed to recapture the magical sword and free the U.S. from the evil clutches of Darkseid." Interesting. Okay. I mean, I like it. I want to see where the story's going after this. Do we get to fight Lady Liberty?
Only in the Japanese version.
Only in the Japanese version? Why are we playing the English version? I want to fight Lady Liberty.
Because the Japanese version because the Japanese version would give our players a repetitive stress injury.
Oh no. Does it require a lot more matching?
Yes.
Well, everybody, the players are ready to begin, so please spam all of your scary emotes. If you have any zombies, skellies, Lady Liberties,
samurai
swords. Oh my gosh. Oh, the green guy. Yeah. The screaming guy in our channel is a pretty good zombie-esque dude. I like him. Okay, as soon as I see movement in the first stage, I will start our timer. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this round is not another platformer, and I'm interested what we're getting ourselves into here. Because at this point, I couldn't tell you.
I mean, isn't it self-explanatory?
Okay, auto-scroller, you're a floating head.
Yes.
That's already a game over, less than 30 seconds in? Oh,
yeah.
No. Okay, so what are we trying to do? Are we the good person or the bad person?
I mean, you're Namakubi's severed head that's trying to stop Darkseid. So I guess you're technically the good person. However, the way of saving everyone for this magnetic ray zombie control is blowing them up. So
I mean, it's one way of saving them. It's like, you're gonna die one way or the other. Let's go ahead and make it as quick as possible. I don't want you being a zombie.
I mean, basically.
Kind of a grim way to look at it, but hey, you know, I'm not sure I would be able to handle the zombie apocalypse very well, you know? Or maybe I'd handle it, like, too well. Because guess what? I wouldn't have to grade papers.
I mean, as someone who also has a bunch of papers he needs to grade, you raise a good point.
Ooh, okay. So this is how we get out of grading. Start the zombie apocalypse.
That seems a bit extreme.
Oh,
anyways.
Come on, let's just have fun.
So, fun fact, you see those big wavy rays in the background?
Yes.
Those will reduce you to 1/8 of your current health.
So, your current health is this heads at the bottom?
Yes.
So you go down to one scary head.
Yep, and then you pretty much are susceptible to a few bullets and then you just die.
But they look like they're in the background. They shouldn't be able to hit you.
I know.
In my opinion, okay. So this is a side-scroller shoot 'em up. I think that I finally managed to identify the genre. And honestly, it's weird, but this looks pretty fun so far. Not gonna lie.
It is exceedingly difficult and unforgiving. Also, because we're playing the USA version, it's not going to kill the wrists of all of our players.
They don't have to mash.
Yeah, you can hold down the fire button in the USA version. In the Japanese version, the game plays even more slippery, and you have to you have to constantly mash if you want to fire, which makes the game nearly unplayable for an hour long.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Time Wanderer game overed.
Everybody time wanders. Everybody game overs every now and then. It happens. It looks like you do have continues, though. Is that right?
Yep. You start with 5, and you get one for every stage you complete.
Okay, so it'll be easy for them to keep going for a while until they get to a very difficult part. Yeah,
I mean, I'm mostly expecting round 3 to be the big wall, because round 1 is pretty straightforward. You're running through New York City. Round 2 is okay. You're in the Grand Canyon. And round 3, you're dealing with. Round 3, the boss is a giant mobile nuclear power plant, and it's just obscenely difficult.
What are you doing in the Grand Canyon?
Freeing people from magnetic ray zombie control.
Yeah, all of the inhabitants of the Grand Canyon. Yeah, thank you. I think you could have gone, like, maybe to Cincinnati?
Yeah, all the inhabitants of Cincinnati.
Hey, more than the Grand Canyon!
Yeah, this is true.
Okay, the Grand Canyon, I think is both really cool and surprisingly boring because it's huge, but then once you get over how huge it is, you're like, oh, okay, that's it.
So I linked you to the manual, so there's some so you should be able to read some fun things in there.
Yeah, sounds good. I was gonna look up the just a second. I was gonna look up a little bit more about the game because I see it was developed by Ku5ogrande Limited and Live Planning. I don't know what Live Planning is, but they only made a handful of games, Air Fortress being one of them. But Ku5ogrande also did not make a whole lot of games. They made Akira Psycho Ball, which sounds interesting. Astro Go-Go, they made some pinball games. They made a lot of pinball games. They mostly made pinball games.
Excuse me for one moment.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see, but this was published by Meldak of America. They published exactly 3 games, including Ku5ogrande Alien, Mercenary Force, and Zombie Nation being their last published game here. Yeah. Honestly, though, I think that, Grand Canyon, sure, it can be entertaining to go to, and I think that if you're really into hiking, then that is a fantastic place to go. But if you're not really a hiker, you'll enjoy it for, you know, a good, I don't know, half hour or something like that. This doesn't seem like a zombie or a nation. Well, let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about this game. So, Namakubi, the great head of the samurai, has used his mystical powers to transport a fierce holographic representation of his head to the United States to liberate the zombie population from Darkseed. Okay, so you're literally a holograph fighting to save people from, or save the zombies from Darkseid, who I presume Darkseid is making zombies at this time. Okay. The only way to break Darkseid's powerful spell is to destroy everything in sight, including buildings, mountains, oil refineries, weapons, renegade zombie soldiers, and any other creatures that are doing his evil bidding. Once, it's Darkseid for sure. Once a particular object in a given area has been successfully destroyed, for example, a building, liberated zombie hostages will appear. By rescuing these hostages, Namakubi's power will increase. He will have a greater chance of reaching his ultimate test, the final battle with Darkseid. Oh, we've got Lady Liberty, I think.
That's actually, so if you look at the manual, that is officially Medusa brought over from Greece into New York City for some reason. It is totally not Lady Liberty, we swear.
You said there was no Lady Liberty, and now I am really happy about... Okay,
I mean,
love this
technically
game.
it's not. Lady Liberty doesn't have snakes.
Look, okay. Well, she might now as a zombie.
That's true, that's true.
Oh my gosh. I mean, considering that the manual says it's round 1 New York City, I think people can read between the lines in most cases. Oh, so many game overs for Time Wanderer. Lady Medusa Liberty is not messing around here.
Nope, Lady Medusa Liberty has one setting, and that's destroy your face.
Yeah.
And she's the easiest boss.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I think Zavane is almost there. Yep, here we go. The fire doesn't really seem to do too much to you. Just don't let her spit on you. That's the key.
The fire reduces you to 1 hit, if I recall correctly.
Oh no. Okay, I don't like that.
Much like the magnetic lasers, it can't kill you, but it takes you down to the point where 1 hit will destroy you.
Isn't it convenient that, you know, the boss where this matters probably the most, you literally cannot see your health bar?
It's not.
What is this music? It's like the demons. What? Lady Liberty goes down and Zavane moves into first. Very nice. Yeah, the thing is, it looks like the cheese strat is stay up at the top and don't, like, the bubble's not a big deal. Don't let her spit on you.
Seems like a good strategy.
So yes, this says Darkseid's evil power has brought this ancient symbol, the head of Medusa, this ancient symbol of evil back to life. If Namakubi is touched by her scorching flame or poisonous crystal bullets, he will die instantly. That's okay, we've got plenty of other fights coming right now. Zavane currently fighting the Grand Canyon. This is amazing. I love this.
I mean, this game is pretty well known for just being a lot.
Yeah, how did I never know about this?
I have no idea. How did you never know about this?
I don't know!
But this is the game that just everyone always cites as, you won't think the NES doesn't get weird?
Well, I mean, Monster Party is definitely in that realm as well, which I love Monster Party. It's fantastic.
Sorry, I'm dead.
That is the best boss. You don't even have to fight it. It's dead. Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked how difficult some of these things are. Like, it's good. Part of me thinks that it's great that you do have the knowledge that, a lightning bolt will take you down to 1 hit, to 1 HP. And honestly, it's kind of nice to make it so that, you can easily tell what deals a lot of damage and what you can tank a little bit. But at the same time, it's kind of rude.
Well, one thing I definitely didn't do is tell the players that you heal by hitting multiples of 10,000 points.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, okay.
Also, so saving people will advance the little person on the bottom right 1 notch forward. Every time they hit the flag, you get a power upgrade. So the 2 is you having 2 shots, the 3 is you having 3 shots, which is fairly powerful. Also, once you do it one more time, you end up with the star active, and that is a super bomb that kills everything on screen. It also sends you back to tier 1.
Ooh, okay. By the way, I think I found out why this music is so rockin'. One of the people who worked on this specifically for audio also did Low G Man and Isolated Warrior audio for both of those, and those have Isolated Warrior's 3rd stage, that music's kind of sucky, but everything else is pretty fantastic. The other one worked on some music for Sim Earth, The Living Planet, Sim Ant 1993, Mario and Wario, the Tetris from 2000. I knew about Tetris, but I didn't know about the Tetris.
Clearly, it is a very important Tetris.
Oh yeah. Well, how come I didn't know about it? I didn't know about this game either. Everybody's leaving me out of the loop.
I can't help you there, bro.
Oh my gosh. Chat just made me think of the best new battle royale that could be made. Sim Ant 93. That could be amazing. Oh.
Would it, though?
Yeah. Actually, I played so much Sim Ant when I was young. I love it. I think it's so much fun. I actually managed to beat it and get the person to leave their house because we overran it with ants.
That's not beating it, though. Beating it, you have to take over the entire yard.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, because you drive them out of the house once you have 60% of the yard or so.
No, you have to take over the house itself. You have to inhabit the house and avoid the plugs because they'll electrocute you. Yeah.
The elites will kill you, but I mean, the yard being defined as the house and the rest of the yard, that entire square area.
House is the yard.
I mean, as far as you're concerned, yes, it is. Sim Ant was a good game.
I played it on DOS. Yeah,
I also played it on DOS.
It's so good. But yeah, here's the deal, RBW. I do think that this game is very Ku5ogrande, which Ku5ogrande mostly focuses on the bad side of Ku5ogrande, but I'm completely okay with the more enjoyable side showing up as well, because I think this may actually be an enjoyable game partly because of how strange it is, and you actually have strategies, and it's a fairly competent shoot 'em up. Even though you're shooting your eyeballs out of your hologram.
I mean, competent is fair. I would say that this is probably the worst shooter that we've offered so far.
Why so?
Because it does not follow most shooter conventions.
Okay.
It doesn't have the one-hit kill or the power-up scheme that other games have. It has this weird, you collect people to power up, and nothing even tells you that this is the case.
I mean, the manual does.
Yeah, I didn't give that to them.
Well, okay, hopefully they're able to figure that out. Will they? Who knows? Like, it shows people at the bottom running towards a goal, and then the number 2 lights up when you get enough, or when they get to the goal.
You might not recognize that those two things are related.
Yeah, honestly, I know that it's easy to miss key parts of the UI when you don't know what they do. And considering all the games that we've had, a lot of the times the UI is just wasted. Like,
I like how we
had to fill something.
I like how we have both players at exactly the same point on screen. Or had.
Yeah, well, now they're both at the same place, dead. Although, if your holograph dies, do you die in real life? How did it work back in the 90s and 80s? I don't know.
I'd have to watch more Star Trek. I can't answer that.
Actually, oh, they do manage to have somebody escape the holodeck and make it into the... Well, he was trying to make it into the real world. I think it was Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, he figured out that the hologram... that he was a hologram, and he really disliked that. Oh, no, it was Moriarty! Whatever. Sherlock Holmes is too dumb to figure that out. Oh, wait, Data was Sherlock Holmes. Sorry. Life's hard. Life's hard. Star Trek is harder.
Star Trek, post-scarcity society. Life's still hard.
Oh, you know, that'll be a good day when we can just live our entire lives in VR. I feel like I would be one of the people who would be addicted to the holodeck. Like, absolutely. Even if it was just like to create an empty room to hide from everybody else, you know, I'd be completely down with that. Customize that empty room as much as I want. Yeah.
Panic Room. A new hologram adventure from Brosensha.
At the same time, there would be part of me that, you know, the problem that I have with just having AI and robots as my only friends is that I know that they're AI. Like, technically, you know, all of our brains are, like, also doing miniature calculations and such, and it's I don't know, the human brain is fascinating, but I would still view the AI as different from humans, and then I'd be like, crap, I've just got a bunch of robot and fake friends. But really...
Brosensha, how do you know that you're not a robot? Have you taken the Voight-Kampff test?
Yeah, it didn't do so good.
So, should I start screaming replicant? Or making the screeching noise from They Live?
If you yell it in Spanish, sure. Because I imagine the word is said, replicante!
I would have to find someone who speaks Spanish.
Replicante!
Oh, there's a quote that states you are actually already a robot, so,
Oh, yeah. You know, if I were a robot, if I found out I were a robot, I would be a lot more okay being friends with robots.
Time Wanderer makes it to part 2 of the Grand Canyon.
Oh, nice!
That's definitely a lead change.
That is a lead change. Very nice. Is he fighting snails? Pretty... Oh no, the rock!
I do not know the answer to that question.
It looked... Watch out for the rocks. Doesn't this game have another name? I mean,
there's a Japanese version, but I don't know of another name for it.
By the way, yeah, I am noticing the Japanese version was criticized and is considered Ku5ogrande. So, yeah, you, like, Wikipedia specifically calls it that.
I have done my best to try to get actual official Ku5ogrande as far as parts of the Japanese gaming community is concerned, but it's kind of difficult.
I'm really a huge fan of that. Like, mind you, Japan considered most 80s and 90s Western games Ku5ogrande. It was probably meant more as an insult than anything else, but we had a lot of shovelware.
I mean, I think not too many games were just hard and fast Ku5ogrande. A bunch of them were just, it's not good, but it's not, does not rise the tier of Ku5ogrande.
Yeah.
Though nothing beats Shadowgate being Ku5ogrande in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can imagine that.
It's because the translation was written in a very bizarre perspective. I believe it was like second person or something. And so just playing the game ends up feeling more surreal than anything else.
Well, I mean, Deja Vu's in second person. It might be first person.
Well, the other thing that Shadowgate did was it adapted a ridiculously cutesy tone, if I recall correctly.
Are you serious?
I'd have to go and check it, but it did some weird things. And so, I mean, if you were okay with playing a Shadowgate that went, ooh, woo, your adventure is over.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I love that! So I hear Shadowgate is largely regarded as a crap game in Japan. I've heard to avoid calling the player Anata. This is Japanese for you. The whole game, it was changed to first person. If the player character has become the narrator, does he even narrate his own deaths? So they changed it to first person to avoid second person.
And then it just comes off as really, really weird.
Yeah.
And the narrator does not speak formally, if I recall correctly. They do take a very odd tone. So it's just, what are you doing? Why are you narrating your own death?
Yeah, there is, like, at the very beginning, you say, I am currently in front of a large castle called Shadowgate on the edge of a forest. So it becomes more Pac-Man 2.
Yes, a fine title that has never, ever led us astray.
Yeah. How about this? That pitiful wizard Lakmir was a fool to send a buffoon like you to stop me. That was translated to, heh heh heh. It seems another fool has set foot in this castle. Oh no, thou art truly a brave knight gets translated to, I am a true warrior.
There you go.
Heck yeah. Yeah, Zavane is basically got back up. Like, this is a very back and forth match so far.
Oh yeah. Much like the snakes going up and down the waterfalls.
Oh, this music is so scary. Anyways, yeah, that's actually really fun that Shadowgate was considered bad just because of the translation. I'm a huge fan of that. But have you seen any of the translations we got?
Castle of Shikigami 2, Chaos Wars. Okay, I can't say that one with a straight face. I will never give out on Ku5ogrande because I would not wish to inflict that on my worst enemies.
Shadow Warrior?
That game has such bad mechanics.
Chaos Warrior?
Chaos Wars.
Chaos Wars. Huh.
So Chaos Wars is a fun story of how cheap can we do this translation? I know, we'll have the translator ask his family to do all the dubbing.
Yes! I want it!
It's a PS2 game. It is, and this ignores that the mechanics are also really obnoxious.
Oh, okay.
But yes, it's just, wow, I didn't realize you could you could cheap out this badly.
I love it. I love it. I might... Like, if somebody has, like, a link to highlights for the voice acting, I definitely would be interested in looking at that at a later time.
Oh, there are definitely people who've done just collections of, well, this was a dub, all right.
I know that I'm gonna forget, though, if I don't tell somebody, like, send me a link. So, mysterious people out in the Ethernet, please send me...
You heard the man,
Yeah.
chat. Go ahead and torment Bro's ears.
Yes, please.
Oh, hey.
What is this, dude? The manual says it's Atlas. Atlas has a lot more axes than I remember. I think it might actually be Paul Bunyan.
Maybe it's just Axeless.
Axeless. Wow. Oh, that was less than a second to live.
That was fast.
That was amazing.
So what I'm getting is that the US version decided just to import all of its bosses from Greece.
At least the first two bosses, yes, and then the third boss, I don't think it's
No, well, I mean,
imported.
maybe we can't tell. It's a nuclear power plant.
And then, yeah, it's a nuclear power plant. Maybe it's an imported nuclear power plant. Hard to say.
Maybe.
And the fourth one is a bunch of snakes. The Venusian snakes.
The fourth boss is just really frustrating.
I mean, it's a bunch of snakes. Nobody wants to fight a bunch of snakes. Oh, Zavane, he's gonna touch you. Oh, you're dead. This boss is a teeny bit unfair. I don't like him.
Meanwhile, Time Wanderer's fighting the evil clone samurai heads.
Why did they clone your hologram?
Because Darkseid is very powerful.
Oh, okay. Oh, Time Wanderer dying right at the beginning of the boss. But yeah, both of the players are on the boss of the stage, trying to get through. Zavane has more continues, though, than has had more continues, at least, than Time Wanderer.
Yeah, this changes very quickly.
Yeah, the biggest thing is to figure out how to, like, avoid getting hit at all. If you can manipulate any of the movement for the axes, that's fantastic. If not, then... Oh, Zavane did it! Very nice.
Off to Area 3, which the manual says is... what again?
Area 3, you know what? We are entering the scary world of the oiled fields of Texas.
We went from New York to the Grand Canyon to Texas.
Also,
we have a very roundabout way of doing things.
There are a lot of buildings right next to the oil field, let me tell you.
I mean, that sounds like Texas.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, luckily people in Texas, you know, even though they're zombies, we're saving them in some ways. You know, some of them can't be saved because they've turned renegade, I guess, per the manual.
Well, we save
Wouldn't
all
those be
that we
helpful
can.
if they were renegades?
I don't know.
Like, if they're zombies and then they're renegade zombies, I feel like that would imply that they've turned good, but I don't know how zombies work in this world.
You can have multiple factions of evil.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Also, the oil plant is totally all the smog is just destroying our poor main character here.
Yeah. Okay, let me see R2 enemy list. I'm just taking a look to see what the game FAQs calls the second boss, because, you know, the manual says it's Atlas. I thought that maybe rather than Atlas, it would be Paul Bunyan, Game FAQs calls it loincloth-clad old muscle man.
I mean, that's not wrong. It's just not helpful.
I think that's a more accurate name. I don't think Atlas was really known for throwing axes. Like, he held a world up.
And stole golden apples.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
What a jerk.
I mean, that's how Heracles got them, because he had no idea where to get golden apples, so he goes and finds Atlas and says, all right, where do I get golden apples? And Atlas is like, okay, you hold this planet, and I'll go get them for you. And Heracles goes, okay. Pauses for a moment. Wait a second.
Wait a second. He almost did it. He almost got away with it. What was he going to do with the golden apple?
He agrees. Heracles agrees. It's just that turns out that Atlas is even less clever than Heracles, because Heracles goes, can you hold this for a second so I can get a better position? Atlas goes, okay, and then Heracles grabs the apples and runs.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh,
yes,
I love it.
That is one of the labors of Heracles. It's one of the only times he managed to get by on his own intelligence rather than requiring Athena or someone else to go, hey, there are clever ways to do this.
Okay. I know nothing about Heracles other than it's a name of somebody from Greece.
He's better known as his Roman name Hercules. Last I checked, he had his own drink. Herculade.
Herculade. Oh, it makes your bones dry.
This is possibly the worst marketing campaign we've ever come up with.
Well, Zavane did go back to the beginning of the game. Time Wanderer doing the Grand Canyon. Question. Time Wanderer, I thought, got a full game over, but started at the Grand Canyon again. I'm not 100% sure. Is that what happened, and is that allowed?
If that may have been what happened. If that is the case, if that's the case, I'm going to count this is his first stage, because the entire point of the this is his second stage.
Well, yeah, full lizards. I understand that you can choose the level. They were told to start with, go in level order, start with New York City, but there might have been something missed about what to do in the case of a game over.
I mean, it's the end result though is that we'll just be counting starting with round 2 as his first then, mostly because you cannot fight Darkseid until you have beaten all 4 rounds, and that will happen. The rounds count up no matter what. So if you start on round 2, it'll be 2, 3, 4, and then 1 again. But yeah. You were supposed to start with round 1 here.
Okay. If you start on round 2, then we'll consider that the first round. I'm just letting them know right now what we are, how we are measuring it, because that would definitely change the way the Time Wanderer plays, I think, because round 1 seems to be significantly easier than round 2.
It also lets you build up some continues, which is why I made that suggestion, but that's for our players to decide.
Okay, yeah, I figured it would be best to let the players know, and I have let the players know that, Time Wanderer, I don't want to say, hey, you have to reset, because it wasn't something that was understood.
Mentioned,
so, yeah, Time Wanderer is going to be continuing on this. We're just letting him know that it's in a single playthrough. Whoever makes the most progress, and this will be considered his round 2 instead of round 3.
Yep, no, that's fair.
Yep.
He can enjoy New York City as his final round if he wants.
I mean, the boss is pretty awesome.
Yeah, but I question being able to get there because stages 3 and 4 really are just that mean.
Yeah. At the same time, maybe it's better to get practice on stage 3 and 4.
I don't know if you have enough time to really allow for a good push if you're going to do that. With only an hour and we have less than 25 minutes left,
Yeah.
you can get some practice, but I don't know if you'll be able to put it all together when you need to.
And considering that you get extra continues if you don't die, then it definitely may be best to fight, to go through round 1, which is the easiest. By the way, I'm pretty sure Medusa's Statue of Liberty shoots out pigeons.
I mean, that seems very New York City to me.
Yeah, more New York City, less Medusa. In my professional opinion. Here.
Well, you are the art teacher here.
So I did find a Game FAQs review that's called I'm a Zombie Head, Eats You.
Nom nom.
During my existence, I have played many games before. Some are interesting, in which they try to simulate my brain and let it become more cogent. While other games are mindless and horrible, that it turns my brain into a horrible gray mush. I think this game is the later one. It is horrible. Why? What? Horrible? Then why did you give it 8 out of 10? Horrible gameplay, horrible music, and horrible level design. Perhaps I should use a more stronger word than horrible, such as flagrant.
I get the feeling that Darkseid's magnetic rays have already gotten to this reviewer.
Oh my gosh, I love this. This is such a good This is such a good review. As a nihilist gamer, even oh no, they're a nihilist gamer. Even my feelings are hurt, and that I have some disappointment with this game's so-called Zombie Nation. Sure, I have abolished my emotions and constructed an impregnable barrier between me and the other side world, but I can't bear to watch this and play this game because it's so bad that it makes me sad and makes me shameful to become an owner of the what? Okay, that's kind of sexist. It's strange.
Yeah.
He talks about Nintendo, but it still is sexist, and that's really an accomplishment. Okay. So why?
Moving on.
I'll tell you why this game is so bad and that nobody likes this game. Just read on. Gameplay. Okay, so I clicked on easy, and this is the main character in the game. Ahead of some blinking guy that looks, Eastern, and he has no hair. I wonder why. His head is an organist color. The color of an organist. Oh no! And that he is able to float in the sky in the game. What kind of abilities does he have? Mainly spitting stuff out of his mouth. I wonder what it is. His lunch, maybe? Or his dinner? I don't know. But the projectiles in the game, whatever it came from, does massive damage in the game because you're the zombie head the size of an air balloon that carries people. You know that kind of balloon I'm talking about, right? You know what the kind of balloon he's talking about?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
I think
I've given up on understanding anything this reviewer has said or even thinks because I'm pretty sure that they do not.
Anyways, he does massive damage to building Sin the game. People and stuff. The people that were formerly tenants of the building falls down and you have to eat the guy. Okay, I'm gonna copy and paste this sentence because it is one of the best sentences I have read probably this year, especially with how incorrect everything is. Like, instead of tenants, they put tenets, like from a religion. So the people that were formerly tenants of the building falls down and you have to eat the guy. Strange, but true. You get points for it too. Of course, you're not just some indestructible being, but rather a fragile ghost in this game. There are tanks and airplanes equipped with the latest technology to try to annihilate you by throwing their petty little ammos at you. But of course, you don't care because you're a massive head that is a zombie. Anyways, this game can be fun because, butt buildings, parts, people, and other structures. Don't forget about the airplanes and tanks in which you throw your projectiles at them. Fall into the game and explodes, and it's massive. That
I don't think this review is serious.
I love this review. I love it so much. It's so nuts because everything is exploding and stuff, and you know, you're creating massive damage and chaos in this world where peace and harmony is a virtue. Wait. So apparently this place is supposed to be full of peace and harmony. Huh. I didn't know that. Like, I thought that this giant head, like, hated things, but I guess he's full of love. Anyways, I think this game is fun, and I'm sorry about my earlier opinions.
They convinced themselves otherwise mid-review. Impressive.
Of course, maybe I like these typos of themes in the game because I'm a nihilist gamer and I always enjoy some destruction, even if it's just some floating head that goes around and kill people and break things. Conclusion, flying head, play now. You'll feel good about being a nihilist ghost head that goes around and destroying things. Is that my boss in the building? Well, the building surely doesn't stand there anymore. Oh no. Okay, see, this is why I love seeing user reviews, because they're amazing.
I'm positive that's not a serious review.
I'm not sure.
I mean, people were pretty sure that, what was it? Quarter Life Halfway to Destruction was serious, and it was not.
Halfway to Destruction? I don't know that.
I
know Full Life Consequences, and that one obviously was a parody.
It's a series of 3 stories. Full Life Consequences is one of them. Halfway Destruction is another one. And I don't remember what the third one was. But it's the Chronicles of John Freeman.
Yeah, I love John Freeman, who was Gordon Freeman's brother.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that is... Yeah, that one is definitely satire. I believe that My Immortal is satire, the Harry Potter fanfic. You know, people say that it was possibly genuine. I think it was a teenager who was just having fun and thought, let's create this ridiculous story and, you know, sort of stir up a little bit of trouble, you know, which honestly doesn't eliminate any of the fun for me, because teenagers doing fun teenage stuff in order to make people on the internet yell at them, I can approve of that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so My Immortal is satire, but again, teenage satire.
I mean, I don't think we'll ever confirm whether or not it is satire. My Immortal is satire, because we will never be able to find who the actual author is.
Oh no, I've found videos of her. Yeah,
I was on the impression that she was the alleged author.
I think it is pretty much confirmed that it was her, and she is a writer these days. You know, she had a passion for it, but really liked just writing dumb stuff. But
I mean, doesn't
now
everyone?
You're making me question everything. Oh my gosh. Would anyone but the true author willingly claim it? Cadis asks. Yes, people have tried to claim stupider things. So, for sure.
Something that iconic? Lots of people would claim that.
Oh yeah, even if it's like, yeah, I'm a terrible writer, most people don't care if they're known as being a terrible writer, because guess what? Most people are terrible writers.
Not only that, but that also means that they're known, and that's far more important than what they're known for.
Interesting. Apparently, there might be multiple videos of people who possibly wrote my immortal, because I'm relatively sure I saw some where I don't know. Anyways, yeah.
Well, my immortal is definitely more long-lived than our poor samurai head here.
Yeah, and definitely more long-lived than that review on Game FAQs that we read through.
That's true.
They have a lot of reviews that they've written. Holy crap.
Again, I am pretty sure that they are being facetious.
I don't think so.
Huh? That's fair. It's good to dream.
Oh yeah, for sure. Actually, yeah, looking at the games, they really liked Dark Rain. They really liked Bust a Groove. Didn't like, what was it, MC Kids. Called that McDonald's propaganda at its best.
Does anyone like MC Kids?
I mean, it's kind of...
They're better McDonald's games.
Yeah, like the Data East Donald Land, which never came out in the US. But,
I mean, it's just too good.
And this person hated Last Action Hero, which I think is just about appropriate because that's terrible. X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, Smite gave that out, and I would agree, it's pretty terrible. So I agree with some of this person's feelings here. Anyways,
Is this
back
where you
to the
reveal
game
that you're actually the reviewer?
If only I had that much of an ability to be okay writing crap. I always feel guilty about trying to trick people, though. Like, it's even if it's something that's somewhat innocent, like, I can't keep a secret. I have to tell somebody. And then even after that, like, if for some reason they feel bad even just a little bit, I instantly feel guilt, and I'm like, no, it's okay. I was just messing with you. I can't do that, Tristan. Or can I?
Did you just call me Tristan?
Oh no! Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Wizard. I am so sorry. You two have somewhat similar voices.
We don't, though. We have similar cadences, and that's about it.
Yeah, like I said, similar voices. No. It's always been RBW, Tristan, and Corndan who I always get mixed up. And I think occasionally somebody else shows up who I get confused in there as well. I'm so sorry, RBW. Just don't whop me, please.
Don't what you?
Whop.
Why would I whop you?
Because I got you confused. You might whop me. Just whop.
I'm just going to sigh at this.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. I'm not the best at telling who is who with voices, but then again, you know, people used to mistake me for my mother, like, over the phone. So yeah, that's great. No, I'm not my mom. I'm Brosentia, and they're like, who the crap's that? And I'm like, oh no. Never mind, I'm not telling you. Just hang up. Yeah, I don't want them to know who
I'm
I
looking
am.
for Mom Sentia.
Well, no, Sentia. Go away, Sentia. Oh my gosh. Anyways, we are getting close to the end of the match. Right now, it looks like Zavane is this still Texas? Or the Grand Canyon?
This is Grand Canyon.
I'm sorry, I get the two mixed up, you know.
That's fine. I don't think... so, Zavane has managed to clear 2 bosses, and I don't believe Time Wander has managed to do that in a single playthrough.
Okay.
But I would have to check with our referee.
Yeah, I think that that would be fair. By the way, huge shout out to the people behind the scenes who are always helping out. The game masters put a lot of work into finding games that will be both painful for the players as well as enjoyable for the audience. In addition, Crazy Sunshine, who helps out with Twitter, and Kate is our official referee, who makes the tough calls when we're not able to.
The tough calls being every decision we've ever had to deal with.
Yeah. We don't like making decisions, okay? We're millennials.
I actually question how many of the GMs are millennials.
I'm a millennial. Actually,
What year?
how many of them are younger than me?
What year does millennial start?
Like, what does it start as? I think. Who is millennials?
Because I've seen
Born between
1981,
81 and 96.
That rules out at least one GM as a millennial.
Who?
I'm not saying that publicly. It's not nice to disclose people's private lives.
I bet it's... Actually, I think it's pretty obvious that at least one rockin' scientist here might be a little bit older than I am. Yeah. Well, that's okay. That just means that they're able to actually choose things because they're not a millennial. So it's actually a bonus.
So we leave all of our choices in the hands of Cadis and the non-millennial members of the
Yes!
GM team.
Decide for us, non-millennials. Ah, Xandra's tiny bit too old to be a millennial. Xandra, make all of our choices for us, please. I struggle with that.
Now, why would you volunteer to do that, Xandra?
Wait. What was I even... I did a Google search for the term, who is millennials? Yeah, welcome to my Sunday. I love it. I love it. I love this game. I love this match. I'm loving the conversation. It's just a good day. RBW.
I mean, it's not every day that you are subject to a zombie nation.
Yeah, I mean, have you been outside lately?
Ooh, I was trying desperately not to make that joke.
Yeah, someone had to.
Anyway, moving on to more cheerful things.
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah, snakes and death. Actually, what's better, death or giant snakes? Oh no, that reminds me of the movie Anaconda. Have you ever seen Anaconda?
I have not. I know of it.
It's so dumb. It is one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen. And that's saying something. Like, it's impressively dumb. In fact, even as I think a teen, you know, I was watching it, and there's one scene where a boat comes in and basically docks or gets stuck, and there's a waterfall in the background. Later, you see the boat back out of that area, and if you look at the waterfall, it's going up. It's literally the footage from earlier in the movie reversed. And they didn't even try to hide it. Now? Yes! Time Wanderer, get that push! We're into Texas! Yeehaw!
So the trick Time Wanderer has is that he has not died since getting fully powered up. So let's see how much more progress he makes.
Yeah, that's pretty big. If you're powerful, you can do a lot of things.
Yep.
Like spit at bad guys.
I mean, the tier 3 shot is just that much better than the tier 1 shot. Dying is very penalizing after all.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I like this music, though. It's very stressful. Yeah, how could the reviewers say that this game had bad music? I'm a nihilist and I don't like this music.
So there's one downside to for Time Wander, and that's that his score is so high that healing is going to be, I think, only one skull per 10,000.
Yeah, that's a lot of work to get health.
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, there are a lot of things to destroy. You're always shooting things, so, like, I'd say every minute or two you could fairly reliably get another skull back. But right now there are just so many projectiles and so many planes that it's going to be hard to do. Oh, maybe after killing this plane, we'll get a skull back. Ooh, oh, so close! To 100 points. Yeah, there we go. Right before the transition here. Is this part 2 of Texas? Have we seen this before?
No, we have not. Time Wander has taken the lead.
Oh my gosh.
Good use of the smart bomb, then.
Why does your hologram have a smartphone? Okay.
Why does your hologram do anything?
Why can your hologram hit things and, like, fly without being attached to anything? Yeah, there are a lot of questions that
Why
you can
are you
ask about
floating
this.
samurai head? I mean, they're just questions that don't need to be answered.
Apparently the head doesn't even represent who you are as a person. It's just, it's an ancient head design. So it's more like you're doing VR, and this is your Sona in the VR world.
And this is why Second Life was a mistake.
I thought... No, VR chat. VR chat was the mistake.
Well, that was too.
Yeah, like, I've been a floating head in VR chat. I think everybody should be a floating head at one point or another in their lives. It's worth it.
I don't know.
Game
Okay,
over
that
for
should
Time
be...
Wanderer.
There should just be 9 continues right there.
That...
Nope, only 5.
Only 5?
Huh.
Continues are hard.
That might be actually B15. I'd have to check.
Okay. For those who are asking in chat, yeah, Second Life is definitely still a thing. I haven't touched it in so long, though. And I only did when I had friends who were like, hey, you should come see my Second Life stuff. And so I joined, and I was like, yeah, all of this looks kinda cheesy. Yeah, all this is pretty cheesy. But I did go see the Titanic, so that was cool.
I am at an utter loss for how to respond to any of this, so carry on.
Oh my gosh. No, here's the deal. I enjoy that it's actually something that people embraced, but like when I started getting introduced to like rules of etiquette for how to behave around people, I'm like, no, I don't like this. This is dumb. I just want to run around and be some dude, and if I happen to strip down to my underwear while changing clothes, so be it. I don't want people judging me because I'm changing clothes in, you know, a completely game. Yeah.
I am so sad that our quote bot is full right now.
I know
That's
Faizu
time.
has been saving some of the quotes elsewhere for later. Yeah, that's time, everybody. We're free. Oh, the zombie nation. You know what? I'm glad that we have conquered the zombies, that they no longer live. And frankly, I enjoyed being ahead. If I had the choice between being a head in a jar and being a floating head, I would go floating head every day.
I mean, that's fair.
How do you feel they did?
They did amazingly well. In 1 hour, I got to the second part of the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
They both managed to get through the beginning of Texas, so they did phenomenally.
Yeah, for sure. Hello, we're bringing Time Wanderer in as well. Hello, Zavane. Hello, Time Wanderer.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, good to have you. This was a lot of fun, Time Wanderer. If you're trying to talk, you're muted right now, just FYI. But yeah, this actually came down to be really close, especially towards the end there. We believe, Time Wanderer, on your last playthrough, you started with New York, right?
Yeah. I actually, after you told me not to start on level 2, I tried level 3 for a couple more tries, and then was like, I need to just start over from stage 1 from New York.
Yeah.
So I game overed intentionally, and then started over from stage 1.
Yeah,
Well-wise decision.
I actually think that starting on stage 2 was to your detriment rather than any sort of possible gain, because even though you could practice those levels, because they're significantly harder and you don't have as many continues, you're just going to get a full game over quicker.
Yeah. I was under the impression initially that like once you cleared a stage, you could start from the next one, and not that it was like loops from stage 1. So
okay.
once you popped
clear.
once you popped into Discord and were like, yeah, no, start from stage 1 because it's like number of rounds cleared per like before a full game over. Then I was like, well, I'll see. Like, after that, I decided to like try to make stage 3 work for a little while, and then I was like, this is really hard. Let me just start over from 1.
Now, I do want you both to know that Time Wanderer, you appear to be the victor in this round because you made it into the second half of Texas with your final start that began in New York City, went to Grand Canyon and then Texas. Zavane, I believe you were really close to getting to the second part of Texas, but that you weren't quite able to make it there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like. Time Wanderer just seriously in the last few minutes took the victory. Otherwise, Zavane, you were in the lead for most of the game.
That's rough to hear, but GG's, man.
No, it made for a really good match.
I thought like I actually had a lot of fun with that game.
Yeah,
Like I legitimately really liked it.
What did you like about it?
I don't know. It was just chaotic, and it's fairly straightforward, and I don't know, like destructible environments and everything. I don't know, like for a Ku5ogrande game, like this is the closest to something that I would actually like play casually for fun. It's weird to have like a scrolling shmup like this where your sprite is so big and you have so much momentum. So I get why it's here.
Yeah.
But like, given that, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, what do you think, Zavane?
Well, it was an interesting game. I don't think I'll play it again.
That's fair enough. I mean, that's how it goes with a lot of games. You know, some people with games like this will really enjoy them, and some people will really not enjoy them. Luckily, this appears better than the Japanese version because this one, at least, you get auto fire.
Oh, yeah.
I was not giving out the Japanese version because I did not want both of you to leave this match going, well, I don't have a wrist anymore.
Damn.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
that
fair.
definitely could happen.
I spent the first 10 minutes of the match mashing, and then I was like, oh, I don't have to do this. And it was way better after that.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. With that said, you know, you brought up a good point with the game. Even you know, it makes sense why it's here. It's not a good game, and I would say that it's probably more on the weird side of Ku5ogrande than we usually see in Ku5ogrande. We usually see the bad side of Ku5ogrande. But with that said, it still is really fun to see these very strange concepts that can be somewhat fun but are flawed. Also, how did you like the Medusa, aka the Statue of Liberty? Cleverly disguised.
No one will see through it.
Oh boy, yeah, that first run through the, I died probably like 6 times to the Statue of Liberty in about 30 seconds.
She destroyed you. It was really hilarious to watch.
I couldn't help but laugh at myself after like the third one. I was just laughing because the torch doing like damage per frame or whatever it is, just like, okay, this is how this works now.
Yeah,
because you go through the stage and it feels like you have a ton of life because you can just tank a lot of hits, which is the only thing that makes the game like even close to playable.
Oh yeah.
But then you hit like the pillars or like anything that does like contact damage is just like it melts you.
Yeah, the lightning takes you down to 1 HP basically.
As does the torch.
As does the torch. The problem with the boss fight is that you can't see your health, so it's really difficult to actually know what is doing damage and what isn't. Luckily, you both figured it out after a little bit of time. Yeah.
I had much more problems with the second boss fight. Everything one-hitting you.
What would you call the second boss?
Oh. Naked old man throwing axes.
Okay, Time Wanderer.
It's Buff Master Roshi with axes.
Oh my gosh. The manual says it's supposed to be Atlas from Greek mythology. However, I think it's Naked Paul Bunyan.
Okay, I like that.
Considering that the first boss, Medusa, was the Statue of Liberty, I'm just going with, you know, the American mythos here. I mean, Paul Bunyan supposedly created the Grand Canyon per the stupid tall tales that aren't actually folklore, but everybody thinks they are.
I was not even looking at what region we were in, so if we were in the West, I'll buy that.
Yep, it was the Grand Canyon. That was stage 2.
Oh, right.
Well, I think that's all that we have for you today. Thank you so much, Zavane. You're not out of the tournament, you know, suffering one loss, but you can still hold on to that and keep going strong. So thank you. Time Wanderer, Zavane Wizard, take care. I'll see you all next time.
See ya. Take care.
Have a good one.
Bye. By the way, chat asking me how are Tall Tales not folklore. The reason is they were written by one person. Just like The Little Mermaid is not folklore. It was written by Hans Christian Andersen. When they're official stories that are made up by somebody, they're considered fiction rather than folklore. Although the stories that we've told from that point have in some way sort of transformed because we have been changing the stories and passing them on. So I would say that fiction somewhat be merged with folklore in some ways with that. But yeah, basically, Paul Bunyan was oral tradition before he got written down, though. I don't know. I've had multiple folklorists tell me that it was the other way around. But I'm going to have to look into it a little bit. You know what? We got to run to an ad real quick because I need to go get some water and not get dehydrated. Thank you to everybody who has followed, subscribed, and who is supporting. We're giving away over $2,000 worth of prizes. It's pretty dang fun, this tournament. So see you in 60 seconds. Welcome back, everybody, to Ku5ogrande. I'm Brosentia, and I'm here to help you find out who the next GM is. Everybody, that's okay, just